Hey folks, welcome back. Gardener here. Of course, it's Mushroom Saturday. It's just amazing how much things change from week to week, or from season to season, or from weather circumstance, to different weather circumstances. Like, it's been fairly dry and warm. We did have some success last week. The Flammulina velutees and the lion's mane. That was beautiful, wonderful find, and also the saddleback, or the pheasant back, dryad saddle. It's just whenever you come into the woods, you don't always know what you're going to come across, what you're going to find. Mushrooms, they just have a mind of their own. They like certain situations, certain conditions, and they decide when they're going to pop out and when they're not. It's good to have an idea of what might be out and what you might be looking for. It's the fall, and so of course maitakes and lion's mane, and the Flammulina, that's a cold weather mushroom, so that comes out in the fall, even into winter. It's a really fabulous mushroom to be able to come out even in December and be able to find beautiful fresh Flammulina velutees. That's just really nice. But it's just ever changing, never boring. It's always fun. It's always exciting, to see what you're gonna find. There just always seems to be something out. Right now is a good time for the fall or winter oysters. The oyster mushrooms, I think, this time of year are just wonderful, beautiful. We're just keeping our eyes open here. We just had a pretty good amount of rainfall yesterday. So things are really kind of wet and matted down. Almost all the leaves are gone now, we're really into the late fall now. But it's a beautiful, sunny, warm day, maybe 65, 70. It's just nice to be out in the woods, this beautiful fresh air and sunshine, get some exercise. Badgirl, she loves it. She loves, mushrooms Saturday. She don't like getting up early for it, but she enjoys it. And we enjoy our time together, just hiking in the woods and looking for mushrooms. So anyway, folks, thanks a lot for coming along once again on a Mushroom Saturday. And we will hike around and see what we can find, and we'll bring you back on aboard here if we find something good, and show you what we find. Okay, folks. Like I said, there's always something. This is really not what we're looking for. It's interesting, but it's not a good mushroom. This is a bad mushroom. It's not. No mushrooms are bad, but this is deadly poisonous. This is Amanita phalloides, also known as the death cap. It has a greenish white cap on top. The gills are white. It has the partial veil around the stipe, and it has this bulbous sac that it comes out of called the vulva. And this is an Amanita phalloides, and this is deadly poisonous, and you know, looks like a perfectly good mushroom, but you would not want to eat that. And apparently these are coming out a lot here lately. I see a lot of people posting pictures of these, and I think this is kind of a time or something where these are coming out. So always got to be very careful in the woods, and it's good to know, you know, the poisonous deadly mushrooms as well as the edibles. This is not one you want to mess with, so we will leave that right there. And there's another one right next to it. Well, this one is rather interesting. I believe it is just an old, really large oyster mushroom. You know, a Pleurotus australis or whatever. But this is the largest I have ever seen it, and it. Let me. It's an oyster mushroom, but it's very large and old, and lots of bugs in there. And it has, you know, it has kind of that fishy smell. Like I said, this time of year is good for oysters, but if you get them fresh and in a good situation, they're just very thick and meaty and completely bug free and just beautiful. This is a little past its prime, but that is quite a specimen of an oyster mushroom. Sycamore trees. Got to appreciate all the trees in the forest. And this is a beauty. Sycamore tree. Okay, folks, well, came across another flush of oysters. It's definitely oyster season, and this is pretty interesting because normally all of this area is underwater. The reservoir is pretty low right now, so we would never, you know, be able to come out to here, you know, unless we're on a boat or something, usually. But it's pretty dry, and so this here tree, probably, you know, probably a maple, I guess. Probably still got a little bit of life in it, but not much. But it's got some oysters, and yeah, I mean, these are nice harvestable size, and it's not a whole lot out right now, so yeah, why not? We might have to pick some oysters. Yeah, this is just an interesting little part of this area, you know, just being out in the middle of the reservoir practically, where you would never be able to go under normal circumstances, and it's got this little stream, this creek that runs into the reservoir. And yeah, this is not a bad place to forage around. A little something growing out of this here tree. Just some kind of weird, you know, a shelf fungus. Nothing too spectacular there. But yeah, this is quite interesting. So anyway, we'll go pick a few oysters and put them in the bag. Well, folks, this is another interesting one for wintertime, which I kind of enjoy. It's a jelly fungus. It's you know, it's just this beautiful orange color, and it comes out, you know, on logs, and it comes out in the wintertime, and it's apparently it has some type of natural antifreeze that keeps it good in the wintertime. And also apparently this is one of the very few wild edible mushrooms or funguses that you can actually eat without cooking in the raw. You know, if you're out in the woods foraging, you can you know, get a little sustenance out of it. At the same time, do your own research on any of these mushrooms and funguses. You know, don't just take my word on it and rely on me. I'm relying on you know, other folks, research I've done, books and stuff like that, you know, to make my own personal choices in the woods as to what I'm going to eat, or if I'm going to eat something like this without you know, without cooking it. But I've done it before in the past, and I'm still here to talk about it. So I personally am confident of it, for myself. But with that said, everyone has to make their own decisions and choices and do their own research, and the ultimate responsibility lies on each and every one of our shoulders individually. So don't just take don't do what I say or do. Do your own research and figure it out. But yeah, this is called witch's butter, and it doesn't have a whole lot of taste. Of course, it's a jelly fungus. The texture and everything is going to be a little, again, possibly off-putting for a lot of folks. But I just find it kind of fascinating, and I don't know what kind of health benefits it might have, but I'm just fascinated by fungi, I guess, folks. I'm a mycophile. I love mushrooms and fungus, and I find this one fascinating. That you can eat it, right in the woods without cooking it. It's kind of fun to, just have a little snack. All right, folks, we're gonna head down here. There's a big, I believe it's a big giant maple down here that I've come across before, and it's right on the edge of the lake here, and it would be fascinating if that thing was loaded with lion's mane. That would be wonderful. So we're gonna go check that out. Folks, I was wrong about this being a maple. This is actually an oak tree, and it's I guess it's multiple oaks growing together or something like that, and but yeah, it's not a maple, and it doesn't appear to have any lion's mane. I don't think that it's not that lion's mane can't grow out of an oak. I think they certainly can. But lately it seems like they're growing out of maples. Like silver maple, silver leaf maple, or something like that. And but no lion's mane and no maitake. Well, we got our oyster mushrooms, and we may check another spot. Like I said, mushroom hunting is kind of addictive, and so we might not be done for the day, but chances are we are. And anyway, thanks a lot for joining us here on another Mushroom Saturday, and it's just a walk in the woods looking for wild edible mushrooms mainly, and enjoying the outdoors and nature and everything. And so GWR the Gardener and Lily Badgirl, we thank you for coming along. Please give us a like and maybe a subscribe if you want to join us on more little mushroom adventures and whatever else we get into. But we really appreciate it, folks. So anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll see you again next time. All right. Okay, bye-bye.